My peoples! Good morning and happy Tuesday. It is papaziti here, and I guys have 6v6 TDM Liberation and an MP7. So what? Anyway, first and foremost, I got such a nice surprise Sunday night. Do you guys like surprises? I love surprises. So Sunday night, just kind of tweeting back and forth with one of my good buddies here in the YouTubedom land of YouTube. And he's like, yo, you check out my latest vid. And I'm like, no, I haven't had a chance yet. You know, I've been watching Olympics over here or whatever. So I go and check it out, and I see it's a shout-out vid. And I'm like, ooh, shout-out. Oh, yeah. Oh, and there will be some editing in this because it's a long-ass game, Liberation. Anyway, so I watched the video, and sure enough, my buddy, Forrest Power, gave me a shout-out out of nowhere. And I got to say, thank you. Thank you, Forrest, and hopefully someday I'll get better at placing precision airstrikes. Where do I put it? I don't know. So hard. Another edit coming up, I think. Anyway, so yeah, my buddy Forrest Power gave me a shout out, and it was awesome. It was such a nice surprise. He had some very, very nice things to say about me, and I cannot thank him enough. Couple of the things he said, though, that stuck out, I have to mention them here. He said I was uncompromising. Yes. That is true, and that is such a great compliment, and thank you for that. And my favorite, though, he said that I had a face that looks like, quote, the cat who's got all the cream. And I'll let you guys be the judge. You ready? Yeah, the cat who's got all the cream. I love that, Forrest. Thank you, and I will be using that from here on out. Got my wife all hot and bothered from that shout out video, and so I thank you for that, my friend, if you know what I mean. So guys, if you have not already, check out Forrest Power. He is, if you like my stuff, you will love his stuff. Very similar. He's got that sexy British accent going for him. He is well spoken and well versed. He is a gentleman and a scholar. Link will be in the description. Go give him a shout out and a hello, and tell him Ziti sent you. Now, on to the juicy bits, as it were. So last week, we know we had the big uproar of the whole Raw Instinct versus I Fly Illini. You guys haven't forgotten about that yet, have you? It's still kind of fresh in your minds? I know it's been a week, right? I know that's like an eternity in YouTube land. And a lot of the comments I got, you know, because I ask questions and I'm curious, and it seems like the definition of stealing is a little different from some of the people that commented and myself. So I thought I would just, you know, go to the source, and Webster's dictionary, one of the oldest dictionaries, has stealing defined as so, the one that is most appropriate for what we're talking about and what we were talking about in that video, as an intransitive verb, to take the property of another wrongfully, and especially as a habitual or regular practice. So, take something from somebody else wrongfully. And what is confusing to me is it seems there was a number of you who thought that it really, stealing wasn't that bad as long as you didn't profit from it. And I just, you know, I have to scratch my head at that, because to me, you know, stealing is stealing is stealing. And if you steal something, whether you profit off of it or not, it's, you know, it's bad. You shouldn't do it. You stole something, right? So I don't get where that disconnect is. And maybe it was because I made the reference to, you know, downloading music or, you know, stealing a song and not paying for it. And you guys are like, oh, no. That can't be stealing because I do that on a regular basis. Therefore, it can't possibly be stealing. Well, you know, it's like that's the same point I made about this I Fly Illini, is that, you know, it's not stealing until it happens to you. And yes, Raw Instinct was just, you know, if everything that I Fly Illini is saying is true, what Raw Instinct did was shitty. It was a dirty, dirt move, and especially with the whole hey, I'll give you a shout out. And then he strung I Fly and I along, for like weeks and weeks and weeks. And it's shitty, it's there's no question about that. I don't think really anybody would say the way in which he went about running his channel with regards to doing the tips and tricks, was anything but, shady. And that's being kind. So that's not the question here. The question is what is stealing? And I made a response, or I responded to one of the comments, and I think a good example of where we kind of operate in this murky gray area here in YouTube, as far as what stealing is and what constitutes stealing a video or stealing someone's idea. And I said, K-pop has a series where she does Would You Rather. That's based off of a TV show, so is that stealing? I don't know, but I felt like I needed to follow that up from last week with a little definition of stealing and point out that there's a little bit of a disconnect, I think, in this community when it comes to, what stealing is because of, maybe your past actions. So let's continue this conversation. I think it's a good one. I think it's one that we need to have. 27-2, not bad. Guys, this is papaziti saying have a great Tuesday, and I will see you next time. Peace.